Hello, this will be a channel message for you, for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the right time. There will be some kind of a message in here for you in this timeless collective reading, and as always, I really do appreciate you being here with me today. My beautiful soul family, thank you. I see you in the past as being somebody who has had to deal with some potentially really negative energies. And keep in mind, time is fluid in these readings. So this could be 5 years ago or this could be yesterday. So take it as it resonates. I get the Five of Wands in reverse, which the Five of Wands would typically represent healthy competition, just in the name of generally improving and getting better at something. But in the reverse position, it can signify things getting a bit nasty or some kind of foul play or things really not being in the spirit of healthy competition. So potentially having to deal with this negative energy around you, which I think is showing you something really, it's been a valuable experience here. I get the Tower in reverse too, which to me, I feel like your higher self has almost been keeping you in this situation for like a prolonged period of time so that you can learn some really serious lessons here about your spiritual foundation and how you want to show up in the world. I'm really seeing like the portals in this card, and it's almost like these people or whatever this energy is around you is showing you what you don't want to be. It's like giving you examples of like, okay, that person operates that way and I don't want to be that, or because I'm going to get that kind of result or something like that. It's like, okay, I definitely don't want to be that. I definitely don't want to be that. Like there's been a really valuable learning experience here. And I'm not taking away from the difficulty of this situation because it's definitely potentially not been a super pleasant situation, but I really feel like you're somebody who has learnt a lot from this, and I'm really picking up on this frequency, and I've been getting these messages around somebody who has a really high standard for themselves and a really high standard of work and wants to improve and get better. So it's like you've been put in some kind of a situation that is really going to accelerate your growth here. And in the process of going through this and dealing with these negative energies, you're really reflecting on, like I was saying, how you want to show up in the world and really connecting with that higher version of yourself and that level of patience and almost like giving love where some people may feel like it's not deserved, but you're really choosing to like be the bigger person here and really working through that process. Maybe that's something that you have struggled with in the past, just being patient, even just with yourself, generally just like, and I'm really getting the ability to hold your ground and like really stand firm in your belief systems here. There's really a process of like working through this kind of stuff because of some kind of negative energy that's around you. Really interestingly, in your subconscious spheres, I get full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way. And I get full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan here. So let me just kind of break this down and let you know what I'm getting around this. Because I do see the strength card here and the, man, I can never pick these moon cards up. I shouldn't have put it down. This full moon in Leo and this strength card in reverse. So really big Leo energy and Leo vibes here. And there's really a message here about your self-expression. And like I was saying, how you want to show up and really hold that and like almost be stubborn in a way and like firm in your belief systems. And potentially you might be somebody who's had some difficulty in the past, really holding your ground and being true to yourself and true to your beliefs and like stubborn in a good way here. Your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So it's really about getting more information about who you see yourself as and like what it's going to take to get there, and almost this negative contrast that you've experienced through these interactions with negative energies and other people is really showing you maybe what it's going to take to get to that next level of like your highest authentic expression, and just getting the details around how that feels like in your body, some kind of a somatic experience, and what it does inside of you when you're really like being firm in expressing yourself in the way that you believe you want to show up, because we all have our own version of reality and our own like beliefs about how the world operates. We all have our own truths here. And it's almost like really working with pride here, and potentially pride and having a healthy ego. There's been some kind of impression left on you by other people and these other negative energies that has almost, there's been some messaging potentially around ego and how it's not healthy to have an ego at all, but you're learning that you can use your ego in very healthy and productive ways, and it's about self-control here. And I really get this energy of learning self-control and developing it in your own way, doing things your own way. I'm really getting this song with this full moon in Taurus. I'm really getting Becoming the Bull by Atreyu, where they say, grab the bull by the horns, the old adage goes, and nobody really tells you where to go from there. Nobody tells you where to go from there, I think the lyric is. So it's like you're really stepping into your own truth here, and looking back at these energies is kind of helpful in knowing what you don't want to be, but you're potentially developing your own personal truth about who you are and who you want to be. So maybe yet to really find people that click with you or are inspiring you to like be that like exact version of yourself that is very unique. But if that hasn't happened for you, I do see that coming in the future. I really just see, I feel like there's people around you that have made you feel kind of small. And I feel like you're this small figure up here that is falling upwards. I know it's a bit difficult to see, but she's kind of falling upwards there. So you might be falling up into a higher vibration and like a more improved version of reality, while these other people who made you feel small are kind of going to go back down because they weren't able to drag you back down into their energy. So just be careful about looking back at this time with this strength card, because it's really more about looking forward into this new authentic version of yourself that you are developing. And in the future position here, it's so beautiful and poetic because I get the Seven of Wands, which is really putting up those boundaries and just saying enough's enough and really protecting your energy here, and even putting up some personal boundaries with yourself now that you've learned what you don't want in your reality and the energies that you don't want to bring into your energetic field. You're really putting up those boundaries and saying, I'm going to have to like, I'm really getting the power of no and the power of the word no. The word no just might be really useful for you at this time. And it may feel really empowering just as you start to say no and like just really not letting yourself slip back into maybe some old behaviors or things that you've been struggling with in the past, because there is definitely a call to be a bit more practical here. And potentially for some of you, maybe the act of putting things into some kind of a tangible routine or like laying out a plan for you might bring up some kind of a fear, because then you know that you have to do it. I know that I've struggled with this in the past. It's such a strange energy where like I almost have avoided writing out a plan and journaling what I need to do, because then there's a part of me that knows I need to do it. So it's like, oh, I might just put that off because then I don't have to think about all the work that I got to do and the moves I got to make. There's a message here about sustainability with Leo and Taurus being these fixed signs and making that square. There's something there about really feeling in your body who you want to be, and that might really trigger some people. But I see you in the future here putting up these boundaries, which is such a beautiful thing. Like I said, maybe some personal boundaries as well. But I get the Muse of Pentacles, the Muse of Materials here, which is actually the King of Pentacles. And I really just get now taking a real level of responsibility for yourself and your physical situation, knowing that you create your reality by choosing what to focus on. It's really about not focusing on these old things and these negative things, because you know that that's the energy that you're going to get in return. Really focusing on walking forward here over this bridge. It's like you built a bridge, like you're really moving forward through this like portal here, and you're being guided by nature spirits and being guided by Gaia here to really improve your physical situation. There's really something here about focus and not taking things so personally, and not maybe not looking at your old situation and thinking, have I created this because of some kind of personal issue? I wouldn't focus on that. I just think it was a really healthy learning experience, as difficult as this may have been. But just knowing that if you focus on having lack and thinking, oh, I'm down to my last $5 or something, you are going to create more energetic situations where you will be down to your last $5 again. It's really shifting that focus to, wow, I have $5, like I can feed myself and I'm grateful for that. And it doesn't take long to sit in that focus and build that energetic momentum. It's all about momentum here through focusing on what you do want. And I really think that that's an improved physical situation for you in the future, whether that's financially or some kind of a health situation, just generally feeling more secure and safe in your body and being able to show up and express yourself with this Leo card and this Taurus card. Just being able to feel safe in being yourself and feeling protected and like supported in a physical kind of way. And your gift at this time, I get lightning and rain. This is power and purification. Now, lightning is the result of huge builds up, like a buildup of pressure in the atmosphere, and it can really trigger our visceral sense of like needing safety, and it can trigger fear in us. So some of these past situations I really feel like could have triggered some fear in you. Like I was saying, it has shown you really what you do and what you don't want in this life. And I also feel like it's been an opportunity for you to explore yourself and really figure out where your power is being like generated and how you can act in the face of fear, and how powerful that feels to have that adrenaline and those endorphins running through your body. And just having that experience really illuminating, like I'm getting the lightning just really illuminating these turbulent kind of waves in these waters down here. So you're seeing things quite clearly now. And while it may seem a bit intense, I want to say, it's knowing that, one, it's not personal, like I was saying. The energy is neither good or bad, it just is. And it's knowing that your intention is going to be the thing that guides that energy, and you can use this power and almost use these fears to motivate you into a better life. And this is really leading to like a washing away of what no longer serves you and what you don't want. You're going to build up a new emotional body for yourself just in letting go of some old experiences that I feel like Spirit really just wants you to move forward here and almost just cry and release and really use those tears to like purify your energetic field, and don't hold on anymore. There's like a need to be stubborn and put up these boundaries in the external so that you can really sit within yourself and just feel the emotions and get back into that body so that you can take these next steps forward. So really interesting energy here, and I really love the work that you're doing, and I'm very proud of you at this time, honestly. I'm just seeing, like I was saying before, it's all about sustainability here. I'm seeing this infinity sign. It's really faint. It's all like dots. It's not even connected. It's like your ability to sustain yourself through these experiences and into this new life that you're creating is still materializing. It's like in the process of materializing, and you might have good days and bad days here, and maybe a lack of financial independence and having to be supported by other people might be a little triggering for some of you. I really am feeling that with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse coming straight out, and don't let pride get in your way. So don't be too proud to ask for help and feel like you need support from other people. Like, we all need support at times. It's really just, it comes with the ebb and the flow of life, and there may be some difficulty in feeling like if you're being supported, you've done something wrong, or like you've failed. Like, really, that's not going to help you at this time. And being supported by other people does not at all mean that you're a failure or that you've done something wrong. It's just a part of your current life experience. And I know that that's a very valid lesson to have to learn here, is just to have to kind of lean on other people. I'm not saying for the rest of your life, and I really don't see you having to continue to rely on people forever. But at this time, don't be afraid to be supported. Some kind of negative connotation around getting help, maybe blocking some support that you might really need at this time, because it's a very difficult time. And like I said, it's so valid. I get the Knight of Cups in reverse here too. So it's like something about vulnerability and maybe keeping your guard up and not wanting to look weak or vulnerable. It really could be blocking you here. And I'm just getting a reset with this Four of Wands in reverse. It's like there's gonna be, while everything may not feel really great as you're sort of working through these things, there's going to be a bit of a reset, and there's like definitely a rite of passage that's happening here. And I'm hearing too that the act of you leaning on people and getting that support is going to be so illuminating for you. And when you are the person then who, because I do get this King of Pentacles in the future, so there's going to be a level of stability that is attained here after this process is kind of worked through and after this rite of passage is done. You're potentially going to be that person who can support other people, and it's like you're going to do it in a way that is going to make people feel good and safe. Like, you'll be able to recognize when other people have their guard up and don't want your support. It's like you're going to sense that, and you're going to be able to really help people with their physical situation just through their experience, just through your experience of having gone through this and being that person who really struggled to ask for help. And I get the Hermit here in your current position too. So there's just so much reflection happening here with the Page of Pentacles in the future position. It's really perfect because, like I was saying, it's like you're learning to take a level of responsibility here for your physical situation and feeling empowered and knowing that you do have the power to make change just through slow, consistent action. I really get that with this full moon in Taurus, and then getting the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles coming out. There's a slow action that's needed here, and just showing up every day and putting away that money every day and letting things snowball a little bit, or getting that amount of rest every day, really asking for help, and maybe going out and seeing some kind of a specialist here, or being vulnerable enough to ask for time off work and tell your workplace that you really do need some support and some help at this time because you're going through it. And it might really be received in a way that you're not quite expecting. Like, I think some people around you will really be happy to support you here. In your past position, I do see you thinking about this. It's like you know that a burden needs to be released. Some of you really know that things are too much. And while you don't feel physically independent right now, you know that something's not sustainable, and potentially, because the Ten of Wands can signify that things are almost at a completion point. So I really feel like some of you know that you're going to need some kind of help here to get to this next part of where you're going. It's really good work. I know it might not feel super good, and there's some real testing of the ego here, because the ego wants a lot of things that are not in alignment with our higher selves. And the ego here, it really might want to feel large and in charge, and potentially in the past you have felt that. It's like I'm getting big fish in a small pond, and some of you have really put yourself out there and tried to really get to this next level, and it is working. But there's something here about being a student again and just being okay with learning new lessons and just being that student, like I was saying. And there's something here about other people making you feel small. It's like you've had negative energies around you in the past that have made you feel small. And like I was saying at the start, you're just floating up and away. So don't worry about how these people made you feel, because it's negative and it's a reflection of them. If people are projecting that onto you, it's because they feel small too. And hurt people. So just send them your love at this time and just release it with love. Just let go of it with love, because they'll get there. You know, maybe in another lifetime or a couple of eons, or, you know, maybe they'll have maybe they'll figure it out overnight just through you setting that example and putting up those boundaries and not letting them affect you. That's really gonna help people see when you put up those boundaries and I'm getting this void around you and this real darkness, and you just putting those hands out and saying no. Like I was saying, the power of saying no is going to really illuminate things. And I see all this red, this beautiful red, and this star right in the middle. It's really going to illuminate things for you and for everybody else. I'm just seeing heaps of green and red right now. So it's like having that love for yourself and finding your true identity and really standing firm in that, and having love for yourself and other people, because it's all a reflection. And I'm seeing the mirrors here too with this Five of Wands. Everything's a reflection. So your ability to love other people and almost let go of some kind of a negative energy with love is going to be a reflection of your self-love that you have for yourself. That being firm and strong in yourself and knowing that you are a beautiful being who is here for a reason, even if you have to be supported by other people, even if your physical situation doesn't look great. You can set the example and provide love, provide emotional currency to other people, and that is so valuable. You just being here on earth is so valuable, and you're entitled to a level of emotional abundance and physical abundance that other people, they just might not seem to understand that, and you know, even these people are entitled to that level of abundance too. So like I was saying, really just being okay with being that student again and just learning some new rules of the game here as the old is washed away, and you're really going to find your power here and step into a new level of power as you just become okay with who you are and releasing this old stuff that's not serving you anymore, and knowing that the things that are falling away were never really for your best. It wasn't for your highest good anyway if it's falling away. And I'm getting this too here. Like I was saying before, this experience that you're going through, even having to rely on other people and having to feel like a bit down and a bit defeated, is going to be such a valuable lesson for you in being able to share your experience with other people and guide other people up the mountain, like the story of the hermit, which is going within and really connecting to your intuitive abilities and the truth of the matter and the truth of how your internal world is creating your external reality. And then the hermit is able to share that experience and that higher level of knowledge with other people. Huge Virgo vibes and Leo vibes here. I'm getting Cancer too, and obviously a lot of Leo and Aries as well at this time, and Pisces. We're all students of the game, hey, like we're all students of life, and that I'm getting that saying, like, when you stop learning, you stop growing. So it's really dangerous to be in that position and put yourself in that position where you feel like you have nothing left to learn, and it's almost like you don't want to look stupid, or you don't want to look like you don't know things, because it's so paradoxical here. Like just being okay with, oh my gosh, learning, and it's that level of that level of vulnerability with the Knight of Cups in reverse here, and on the bottom here, the Temperance in reverse. So this is going to be a process where you have to be patient with yourself. So don't feel like you're doing something wrong if things aren't moving at a certain speed. Like, really just take the time. I'm getting the body moves. Taurus is so somatic, and the body moves at a speed that is slower than the mind, and there's no swords here yet from what I can see. I have these cards that have fallen out, so and I get this in the past, this Seven of Swords, so it's really this deceptive energy and this negative energy that's I just get really bad vibes from this, and you're walking away from it. Really, it's not something that you need to pay attention to. And I get the Fool and the Empress and the Moon. Yeah, so it's like, let me just break it down. Like I was saying, there's a process happening here. Be very patient with yourself at this time. And it's like being that student and being that free spirit and being okay with just walking through the unknown and taking that path, making sure that you're balanced in yourself and really just walking between the pillars here, and just being okay with not knowing things. There's a big message here about just not beating yourself up for not knowing all the answers. And there could just be some real negative experiences, maybe early in childhood. Maybe some of you were chastised for not knowing things when you were a child, and it's like, how are you supposed to know anything because you're a kid, you know? So there's a level of expectation here that other people have had for you, and potentially you've carried that, maybe carried that into later parts in your life where other people have had an expectation of you when you were just a student. And so you've taken on a lot of these burdens and really projected that back onto yourself because maybe you're quite empathic in nature, where you've been made to feel like you should know the answers all the time and there's something wrong with you when you're learning. But that's not the case at all. And now you're sort of learning to go on the journey, and there's this big fresh start for you because you're going to see the world with like new eyes. I'm getting a new set of eyes because you understand the value in just being a student and showing up and learning. And there will be an improvement to your physical situation just through the act of showing up and being open to learn every day and just being okay with yourself. And look, in the future, the Empress. So being okay with receiving, learning to be okay with receiving that support. And that's when it's going to come in tenfold, because there's like a remedying of your belief system and how it makes you feel in your body. It's not triggering all of these anxieties and these negative chemicals and feelings when you get that support and when you have that foundation that other people can help you build. And you're going to get it. You get it. Some of you are going to get the bag. I'm not even kidding. Like, look, King of Pentacles and the Empress, really taking responsibility for your ability to receive love and receive generosity and saying, I deserve it. Taking responsibility for that, deciding that you're worth it, deciding that you deserve support. Because we all have off days and we all have situations where we need support. It just happens. And you're going to be able to help other people with this. I'm telling you, you can help other people with your knowledge, and through your improved situation, you're going to have a higher vantage point and you're going to be able to pull people up. Not like people did to you in the past. You're going to be able to really elevate other people, and they're going to love you for it. And that'll be great, but you'll already love yourself. So it's like everyone wins, you know, everyone's winning on all fronts. It's just a process. Like I keep saying, there's patience needed here. Just putting one foot in front of the other and just showing up every day and doing it and just being okay with it. Being okay with having those off days. But it's really beautiful work, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. Just some final guidance here. Oh, yo! This is so good. Okay, so I pulled this card yesterday for myself. I'm actually so excited about this because it's like literally perfect. I'm so excited. Let me read this. I love this. Underneath the lizard's skin, it says card number 16. I love this deck, by the way. Where's the? I don't have the box. It's like the Dreamweaver's Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. It's so beautiful. The artwork's so trippy and psychedelic to me. And I'm just so excited that this card came out. It's so beautiful. There is a transformation that is happening and a shedding of the skin. And I'm so excited for you guys because you're going to step into this new life where you're going to be able to work towards everything that you want. And you're going to feel safe doing it. You're going to feel good like moving through the process. And you're going to like be able to really enjoy life in a way that maybe you haven't felt in a long time. So I'm going to read this now. Underneath the lizard's skin, the essential meaning is shedding the skin of the past, temporary vulnerability as you process something new, releasing resistance to change. I'm so excited. It's just perfect. Perfect message. There is only one constant in life, and that is change. We are not always aware of how things evolve within us. Sometimes the process is slow and organic, while other times its rapid pace is unnerving. This is the state you find yourself now, the swift peeling away of the layers of your life that no longer serve you or protect you. Be willing to let go of everything you know that impedes your progress. Those things you need to release are hindering that flexibility you need to be in the world. You feel resistant to what is still new and unknowable, but you have nothing to fear. When a lizard sheds its old scales, there is new, healthy skin waiting just underneath the surface. The tender pink skin hardens quickly as you release the old to make way for growth and new life. You need space to breathe and stretch and grow as nature intended. I want to read that again. It's so good. You need space to breathe and stretch and grow as nature intended, as your body intended. So beautiful. You have been wanting a new life, a new version of yourself, and you are evolving to meet that self. Be present to this new time of discovery. This is a sacred experience that is woven into your destiny. It just touches my heart. It's so beautiful. This is a sacred experience that is woven into your destiny. Your soul knows the beauty that is waiting for you. Underneath the lizard's skin is a sign for you to trust the process of your own magical discovery. Who are you becoming? The one who is not afraid of shedding the skin of the past to embrace the dream of your future. Oh my gosh. It is so perfect and poetic. And I love you guys for doing this work. And you have been through so much. So much has happened and you've learnt so much, and you are here standing tall in your power and moving through it with so much grace. And I am so proud of you guys for doing this work. And just keep doing what you're doing and showing up every day. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable at this time, because you are protected and you're moving into this beautiful new stage of your life. So thank you guys. I'm going to leave it there. I really appreciate your time, and I just appreciate you like letting me do these readings, and like I keep saying, letting me just be myself. It's so medicinal for me. It's so beautiful. This has just been the greatest experience, and to get your feedback and to hear that it is helping you. I just saw like 33 as I was saying that. It's so beautiful. You guys just like, I'm so moved every day just by hearing that you're really getting something out of this, and I'm able to show up and inspire you guys. It's so beautiful. So I can't wait to just keep doing this work and keep like showing more of myself and just getting to know you guys better. Is like, it's just been the greatest experience for me. So keep doing what you're doing, guys. It's so beautiful. And just know that you're doing your soul's work for your higher purpose, and it's all going to pay off in a big way. Just keep doing what you're doing, guys. It's so beautiful. So thank you. Thank you. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you sharing this space with me, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again with you guys. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.